everyone. Welcome to Humane Entertainment. I'm Humane, and I intend to entertain you. So, how's everyone doing today? Congratulations Starlight for being first, and congratulations Landproud for being second. So, yes, welcome to the third entry of Ninja Gaiden for Beginners 2. So Ninja Gaiden has this intimidating reputation that it's a very difficult franchise. The thing is though, it's mostly the case of a lack of knowledge from the player, not a pure issue of the player's level of skill. With Ninja Gaiden for Beginners, every Monday I intend to play through the Modern Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on the easiest difficulty, Hero Mode, and show step by step what you need to learn in order to properly understand how to play Ninja Gaiden. In today's case, it's Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I hope to break down that aura of dread that people have in starting these games. So, this entry will be going through chapters 6 and 7. Oh no, it's the 6-7 entry. In fact, with the European date notation, today would be the 6th day of the 7th month. What does it mean? Nothing. It's just a coincidence. So yeah, with all that being said, let's move over to the game. Anyway, now, because this is a guide first and foremost, please ask questions about the gameplay mechanics if something is not clear. I want to answer anything that I didn't make clear enough because there is a lot of things that are just naturally ingrained into me after decades of playing these games. Thus, I may have blind spots on stuff that isn't as intuitive to a new player, so I hope everybody understands that. Now, yeah, we are going to start with chapter 6. That said, I do have something to point out, but that's after the cutscene. So after the cutscene, yeah, I'll just let the cutscene itself play right now. Let's see. One of these should be the actual thing that I should be, because I'm pretty sure that if I... Okay, this is later. Okay, so yeah, this should be the clear of chapter 5. There we go. So, Chapter 6. The Aqua capital. Elizabeth's whereabouts remain unknown, but her twisted plans continue to unfold as she unleashes the fearsome power of the demon statue. Yes, the demon statue, the MacGuffin of this entire game. Wherever she goes, its power awakens one of the 4 greater fiends from his long slumber. The roar of Greater Fiend Wolf, ruler of storms, echoes throughout the beautiful city of canals, transforming a gothic castle into an evil fortress. Alright, let's just watch this cutscene. I don't think that worked out for him.
This bores me. So fragile, the lot of them. So weak. I cannot stand another minute of this tedium. You will find me a mighty adversary. You will bring before me an opponent worthy of I, Wolf, Greater Fiend, and Ruler of Storms.
At least he introduces himself to us.
And you shall be made ruler of this land.
But yeah, so this would be the second Greater Fiend of this game. I feel like these people don't really have a chance against these guys. And then Ryu just casually walks in like this. Alright, so now that we've gotten introduced to Wolf, Greater Fiend and Ruler of Storms, as he likes to call himself. Ryu's like, not the weirdest thing I've seen. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so, do remember that last entry we beat Alexei, the Greater Fiend of Lightning. So Alexei had a bird-like visage to him, right? Okay, so let me present to you some of the things that we have collected in Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Yes, so remember, we were collecting statues of the 5 great deities. One of them being Raptor, deity of sentiment, which obviously also looks like a bird. You know, like Alexei. So, what other deities did we find? Wolf, deity of wisdom. Interesting, isn't it? Especially considering who we just got introduced to. Yes, so it's not going to stop there. Devil, deity of immorality. So what's the next greater fiend we'll find? Oh, looks kind of devilish, doesn't he? And here's Serpent, deity of creation. And here's Elizabeth, the demon, deity of destruction, the great MacGuffin of this entire game story. Interesting. So, yeah, so they never outright confirm it, but I think the implication is that each of these greater fiends are descendants of the original 5 deities. They do look like corrupted versions of those deities, you know? So, yeah, I just think that's a cool thing to point out there. Like, they never really pointed out, like, ooh, look, that's what's going on or something. No, it's just something that's in the that's just in the designs of these characters, and I just like how they just have that in the story and then just leave it up to you to kind of figure it out. Like, oh, hey, look at that, you know? So yeah. Anyway, so last time we got some additional weapons. Well, okay, we got, I think, yeah, okay. So we got the Vigorian Flails on chapter 4, and we got the Enma's Fang in chapter 5. And then no, wait. It's chapter 3 and chapter 4. It's chapter 5 was the chapter where we played as Mumichi. So, okay, so we have leveled up every weapon to a level 2 now, which was my recommendation, to level everything up to level 2 first before you actually level up things to level 3. With that in mind, I am going to continue back with the Dragon Sword just to show the basics of fighting against these enemies, the werewolves. Because the thing with werewolves is, oh yeah, they have that move. If they are far away from you, they will actually want to do their grab moves. Their grab moves actually come from a distance. That's kind of interesting about them. Yeah. So, if they do grab you, that's when you kind of mash buttons in order to get out of their hold. But this makes it a little bit of an odd thing that the best way to deal with them is actually to get close to them. Because, sure, they do have grab moves when you are close to them, but the grab moves of when they are close tends to be a little bit more legible compared to the grab moves that they do if they are far away, because when they are far away, you might not even be looking at them, and then suddenly they would dash towards you and do the grab move, or do the jump there. So yeah, keep that in mind against these guys. However, we have been using this move, the Ikaruga, XXY forward Y. Oh, hi, King. Oh, hey. Long time no see. Yes, long time no see, Final Girl. So, yeah, we have been using the Ikaruga a lot in the previous entries, and it's still very useful here. Never played Ninja Gaiden games, so this is T. Alright, yeah, so if there are, as you can see from the sign over there, got questions, ask them in the chat. I'm here to help. So, I have played these games for decades, so I might miss out on things that may not be that may not be as intuitive to other people. So if there is something that I'm doing and you kind of notice, like, hey, wait, how did you do that? Just say so, and I will try to actually explain it. But yeah, we have been using the Ikaruga a lot, the XXY combo, or the XXY forward Y combo. You don't necessarily need to do the forward Y, but only if you actually want to do more damage. But the XXY combo, the first Y attack, has a lot of chances of taking off a limb. That's why it's actually a very useful move to do, and that still is the case against these werewolves. So let's try it against these werewolves. There. That takes off a limb, and thus you only need to press Y again in order to do the obliteration technique. So the thing is, these guys, they hit hard, but they do die very quickly if you just do the Ikaruga combo. So it's mostly a case of kill them before they kill you. That's kind of the general gist of how to deal with these werewolves. Nope. There. There. Yes, hi. So, I do recommend to still get used to the idea of canceling your combo. Because if you do this combo, but then you immediately do another Y attack, instead of an obliteration technique, Ryu might actually just continue his combo, which means he will just do this. And that might not be... yes, I love action games. Oh, question for the chat, is this kind of game you would play? Yes, I love action games. Good. Yeah, I'm happy you are at least interested in the Ninja Gaiden franchise. I really do love this franchise. But yeah. The thing is, if you press Y after doing the Ikaruga combo, you might do this instead of an actual obliteration technique. That's why it might be useful to cancel the combo with a shuriken. So, thus, because you canceled the combo, now the next Y attack will be an actual obliteration technique. So, that is my advice, to kind of get used to the idea of canceling your combo with a shuriken. In fact, I would say, just kind of get used to the timing, or get used to the rhythm of Ryu's combo that I'm doing here. There. And you can even look at my controls right there. X, X, Y, B, X, X, Y, B, X, X, Y, B, X, X, Y, B. Yeah, so there is a rhythm to it, and as long as you press B while Ryu is doing that attack, you should be fine. And thus the next Y attack would be the obliteration technique. So, something to keep in mind. Okay. So, here at Muramasa, yeah, we can... Well, okay. Technically we can't. We don't have enough money right now. But yeah, if you do have enough money, you might be able to upgrade these weapons to level 3 right now. I would say hold off on that, because we are still getting a new weapon in this chapter. So I would recommend try to get all the weapons first, then start upgrading all the weapons to level 2, and then start leveling up to level 3. Unless you are certain that you are just going to main a single weapon. In that case, yeah, then go ahead and upgrade that weapon. But I do recommend experimenting with all these weapons, because, well, there are a lot of options in this game. Might as well just make use of all of them, you know? Anyway, we are supposed to go this way, but if we go this way... Back in the original Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden 2, here is where you would find a new weapon. That weapon has been moved in this version of the game. But yeah, there is still this chest with red essence. So again, don't be afraid to use the Ninpo in this game. There will be several of these chests to refill your key meter again. If you actually had not collected the Crystal Skulls yet, here is where Crystal Skull would be. So yeah, that necessitates you running on the water, which, as I've established, that's what you do if you just keep tapping the jump button after landing in the water. Otherwise, you can also just hold the X, and thus you will dive underwater instead. Actually, here's a a little thing about the water running. So yeah, Ryu kinda turns in a wide berth while running on the water. Let's just say you actually want tighter controls on top of the water. Well, that's when you hold the block button, of all things. Yeah, if you hold the block button, there you go, look at that. Personally, I think it would be better if this is just how he runs on water per default. But yeah, if you want to get tighter controls underwater, which, to be fair, in this version of the game, there would be no real use for it. Still, if you do want to get a little bit more tighter controls on that, just hold the block button. Okay, so here are these werewolves again. However, there's also a winged version of the Vangels. Yes, those vampires that we have fought in the previous entry. Okay, so I did point out that if you are fighting against a group of enemies and one is a projectile enemy, try to beat the projectile enemy first. Well, the thing with the Vangels is that it actually kind of switches around whether it is actually a projectile enemy or a melee enemy. Mostly if it is flying, that's when it does its projectiles. Otherwise, it will try to get on the ground. At least it tries to get on the ground, but he's kind of... Oh, there we go, yeah. If he's on the ground, that's usually when he would do melee attack instead. However, he can still do projectile attacks. So yeah, my recommendation, target Vangels first before you actually face off against the werewolves. Unless you are confident enough that you can kill these werewolves pretty quickly. In which case... Yeah. Still, if you are having trouble with these Vangels as they are in the sky, that's what the bow and arrow is for. So, yeah. The bow and arrow also has a chance to take off a limb, which means you can immediately follow it up with an obliteration technique. Okay, now, just to show that you are not stuck with the dragon sword or anything, many of these other weapons also have attacks that can quickly get rid of a limb of these werewolves. For example, for the Lunar, the 360 Y attack, that has quite a lot of chances to get rid of a limb. There we go. So that's an option. With the Falcon's Talons, there is the forward Y attack. The forward Y attack is kind of like a sliding kick move, like this. And granted, with the werewolves, funnily enough, you can't actually cut off his legs. I don't know why they decided that his legs are immune to being cut off or something. But yeah, any move that would target the leg will now target the arms instead. So you do have a chance to, if he doesn't dodge it. Huh, interesting that he actually dodges it. Pretty... Okay, there we go, yeah. So yeah, clearly that should have targeted the leg, but because his leg is, for some reason, not an option to cut off, you cut off an arm instead. I guess because the arm is that low to ground, I guess. But yeah, that is a good attack in order to get rid of a limb with the Falcon's Talons. The thing with werewolves is that they are too heavy, I guess, to launch in the air to do an Izuna drop. So yeah, I'm doing an uppercut attack that does not actually launch them. Of course, that is something that's special about the Enma's Fang. That's the one weapon of Ryu that actually can launch bigger enemies in the air. It's still not an Izuna drop. I guess Ryu still is incapable of actually grabbing it for some reason. But yeah, if you actually want to launch a big enemy like this, that's what the Enma's Fang is for. That said, the Ikaruga combo of the Dragon Sword is probably still the most efficient way to actually beat these werewolves. Or, well, if there's essence around, the ultimate technique is still an option. Also the Flying Swallow. Yeah, the Flying Swallow, a lot of times the enemies will block the attack, but if it does hit, it actually has quite a chance to cut off a head. In which case, you don't necessarily need to use the obliteration technique anymore. You can. There's a special obliteration technique specifically for headless enemies, which I don't know why Ryu trained specifically to do that, but yeah, he can. Anyway, I did say we are going to get a new weapon in this chapter. Yes, the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, which I guess Ryu decided to donate it somewhere, and it ended up here, considering he had it and he got it in Ninja Gaiden Sigma. But yeah, large Japanese sword wielded as a pair. Two large Japanese swords wielded as a pair. It might seem difficult to hold one blade in each hand, but these swords have been modified to allow them to be wielded together. The tsuba, or handguard, of each weapon has holes in it to reduce the weight close to the sword hand. This design, known as Musashi Tsuba, was first proposed by legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi, in the new Onimusha game, which historically takes place, well, in the time of Miyamoto Musashi himself, because, well, you actually play as Miyamoto Musashi. So yeah, funny little connection there. I'm not saying that's the same case, same continuity or something. As far as I know, Onimusha is not in the same continuity of Ninja Gaiden. But yeah, Miyamoto Musashi is the main character of the new Onimusha. But yeah, no one knows when the swords were forged, but it is rumored that each blade bears the inscription Muramasa. I wonder who made this weapon then. Alright. Anyway, let's equip this weapon. Yeah, this weapon is still level 1 right now, but let's just try it out. So, compared to how the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang was in Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ryu has added ways to differentiate this weapon from the Dragon Sword. Because, yeah, in Ninja Gaiden Sigma, it's essentially just the Dragon Sword, but with a bit more hits, I guess. How Ryu has changed his fighting style a little bit with the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang is he adds a lot more spins to it. Yeah, like, this attack used to be essentially just this. Just a single slash upwards, like this. But now Ryu adds more spinning. So yeah. I guess Ryu decided that Anakin Skywalker had a point, and that spinning is a nice trick. So yeah. Lots of additional spins now in the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang moveset. Funny enough, the spinning... first of all, on this table would be a Crystal Skull. Well, spinning is a neat trick. It certainly is. So, thing is, this uppercut move, which is, let's see, forward... Yeah, forward Y hold. Like, there is also forward Y just without the hold, which actually launches you in the air. With the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, you kind of want to do the hold version, so you would stay on the ground. Now, why is that? Because those additional spins, they... Come on. They never actually do it when I actually want to show you, but the thing is, okay, maybe it takes some leveling up here, but yeah, it does a lot of damage, and in addition, it has a good chance of getting rid of a limb. I say that, but again, they are not working with me today. But yeah, I guess it does kind of show that even if it doesn't take away a limb, it still takes away a lot of health. So even if the RNG gods are not working in your favor, it still is doing a lot of damage in the first place. So yeah, womp womp indeed. let's see. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, that was a single forward Y attack. Which, what was the name of it? Again, oh wait. Purgatory Slash. Yeah, so that's the name of this slash, the Purgatory Slash. It is still RNG, but the thing is that even if you are not cutting off a limb, it still kills them pretty quickly, you know? There, that werewolf there, he died before I even got the chance to actually do an obliteration technique. So yeah. So when I say this does a lot of damage, that's also the case for bosses. In fact, a lot of the time when people are playing on the hardest difficulty, they would actually use this move against bosses instead of the Ikaruga combo of the Dragon Sword. So yeah, keep that in mind that the Dragon's Claw Tiger's Fang is actually a pretty useful weapon in terms of dealing damage to bosses. So now let's actually stick to the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. So another interesting thing about the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang is that the wall attack with many weapons is just one single slash. Like this. Just to show how it's also the case for the Lunar. There. Just one big slash. The Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. Okay. It takes level 2 for it to do what I was thinking it's gonna do. Well, we are eventually going to find a Muramasa statue, so I will show it after leveling it up to level 2. If you did not have a Talisman of Rebirth, this guy over here has Talisman of Rebirth. Yeah, in this game, you can only hold one Talisman of Rebirth instead of 3 that you could in Ninja Gaiden Sigma. So, keep that in mind that, yeah. You are supposed to go that way, but if you go this way and you use a Flying Bird Flip, that is how you find this guy with the Talisman of Rebirth. So keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, speaking of the Muramasa statue, it is actually right here, but okay, guess we'll have to take a longer route to get there first. Okay, so the thing with the Purgatory Slash, there is a more simplified version of the Purgatory Slash, and that is while running. Why? So there you go. So yeah, there's less spinning, but this also relatively has a good chance of taking off a limb. And in fact, you can even do this without a while running status by simply pressing forward and X and then Y. There. So yeah, forward X, then Y. Forward X and then Y. Forward X, Y. So let's try that. Let's see if the RNG gods are working in our favor here. But okay, so we are getting ambushed here. However, do grab the Spirit of the Devils. You do not get... There's only 2 Spirit of the Devils in this entire game, if I remember correctly. So yeah, this is one of only 2 in this entire game. So keep that in mind. So permanently increase your maximum ki. A red jewel that replenishes and increases one's capacity for ki, the essence of all Ninpo. As with the Life of the Gods, there are several theories as to the origin of the jewels, but none have been proven. Once again, the drag and drop theory has been applied to the Spirit of the Devil's jewels. So yeah, let's just keep going with the theory that this is all dragon poop. However, in recent years, a detailed analysis found the jewels to be composed of an amber-like substance differing greatly from any known dragon drop jewel. Okay, so maybe this might not be dragon poop, who would have thought, leading this theory to be discredited. Another theory claims that the jewels are comprised of the sap of the world tree, Yggdrasil. Okay, but this hypothesis has not yet been tested, so it's just a theory. A game theory. Anyway, we'll just use the Spirit Devil, and now we have 4 Ninpo slots. Okay, yeah, so that's forward X and then Y. That took off a limb from the Van Gelf there. There. Okay, either the RNG gods are just working against me, or this combo is actually having more of a chance to take off a limb than the Purgatory Slash. If that is the case, well, there you go. Forward X and then Y. There. That's a good combo to get rid of a limb. What's the name of this version of the attack? So forward X then Y. Flying Dragon. Flying Dragon. Alright, so yeah. Forward X then Y. I genuinely think that it does have more of a chance to get rid of a limb than the Purgatory Slash. Okay, so yeah, again, if he's being a bother because he's flying, start shooting arrows at him. Sometimes the arrow does have a chance to get rid of a limb, but... Or will he just fall down, please? Thank you. Yeah. Oh, sheesh. I really do think the Flying Dragon has more chances to take off a limb than the Purgatory Slash, which is interesting because it's not as damaging as the Purgatory Slash when it comes to bosses. But yeah, okay. I guess if there's anything to learn from this is that Purgatory Slash is the thing you use against bosses, whereas the Flying Dragon is what you use against normal enemies that you can cut a limb off of. Okay, so here's another section to run along the water. Back in the Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden 2, there would be enemies that you would have to fight while on the water. They removed all of that in this version of the game, as well as Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, so you never really have to worry about it. That does, however, mean that all these moves that you can do on the water, they're kind of useless now, actually, because there's never really... There's not really a lot of reasons to actually use these moves because they have removed all the enemies that are on the water, you know? Anyway, you are supposed to dive underwater and go through here. However, if you go swim this way... Yeah, around this corner is... Oh. Around this corner over here, this is where you would find another Crystal Skull underwater. So, keep that in mind. And again, for those who don't know, if you are lost in this game, even though, I'll be honest, this game is actually pretty linear, so I don't know how you really could get lost, but if you do get lost, just hold the reset camera button outside of battle, and there you go. Ryu will just look at where you're supposed to be going. There we go. Alright, get a new Ninpo. Again, whenever you do get a new Ninpo, feel free to actually try it out, because there's always a chest of red essences pretty close by afterwards. So just go ahead and try it out after you get it. So here, Art of Piercing Void. Unleash a surge of emptiness to pierce your enemies to their core. While using this Ninpo, use the left stick to freely choose where to fire. So, details. Simply put, this Ninpo allows the caster to project a black hole. Ryu has trained to create black holes. How do you train to do this, Ryu? Anyway, its angle of effect is quite narrow, but this serves to concentrate its destructive powers, creating a devastating projectile that can penetrate through multiple targets before dissipating. This penetrating ability is the biggest appeal of the Art of the Piercing Void. This Ninpo focuses the telekinetic energy created by the centripetal vibrations of the caster's lower dantian, key vocal point, then directs the shape of the energy using gravitational waves propagated by the caster's unconscious spirit. This creates a gravitational abnormality, a rotating black hole trapped inside a spiritual force field. Because this force field is somewhat permeable, extreme fluctuations of space-time occur near the surface of the Ninpo projectile that pulverizes any living matter. Alright, well, so yeah, let's just try out this Art of the Piercing Void. So, okay, I'll just test it out first before I talk about it. Alright. So, the Art of the Piercing Void would be the damage dealer. So, let's see. So, we have the Art of the Inferno. That is kind of the all-rounder, because at level 2 it shoots 2 fireballs, at level 3 it shoots 3 fireballs. So it's kind of the all-rounder in it kills and about 3 enemies. The Art of the Windblades, that is the area of effect attack. That's the attack that you do if you are surrounded and you want to hit all the enemies around you. So, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. Have fun. All right. Thank you for joining, Starlight. But yeah, Art of the Windblades would be. You look awesome as you sheath sword and disappear into the night, Starlight.
I shall have my revenge.
You will have your revenge. Anyway, so the Art of Windblades, that is the area of effect weapon, Ninpo, that you use if you are surrounded. The Art of Flame Phoenix is the one that you use if you just want to kind of help with defense a little bit, because these Flame Phoenixes will kind of fly around you, and every level up adds another Phoenix. The Art of Piercing Void is the thing that is the Ninpo that you use if you want to damage one specific enemy, because even if you level it up, it adds more damage, like a lot more damage, but it does not add an additional fireball. It's still just one fireball, black hole. It adds one. It's always just one singular black hole that you do. So yeah, most of the time you will use the Art of Piercing Void if you want to use a Ninpo against bosses. So yeah, might as well just keep showing it off right now. You can also aim it. There. Nope. We both collided in the air there. Alright. Okay, anyway, we are on the other side of this gate thing. So here's Muramasa. Alright. So technically we do have enough money to upgrade any of our level 2 weapons to level 3. Again, my recommendation is, unless you are maining a single weapon, try upgrading all your weapons to level 2 first. So in this case, we are going to upgrade the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang to level 2. Okay, so level 2 adds a Blade of Nirvana. So, okay, so this is what happens if you are simply just pressing X 5 times. If you press X 4 times and then Y. There. That's this move. There. But I think the more important thing, let's see. Oh yeah, I guess might as well just point out, yeah, we already had the double lightning strike, which is XX forward X. Yeah, so that would have been a single dash. With level 2, we add Lightning Pierce to it as well, which means we add Oh, I guess it only happens if you actually hit an opponent with it. But yeah, it adds more stabs afterwards. Okay, but I think the more important thing is stuff like, for example, spinning Dragon Slayer or, let's see. Oh, is it really not? Oh, it necessitates level 3 even. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I really thought level 2 would have been enough to get this. But, alright, well, either way, we still get stuff like the Spinning Dragon Slayer. So, notice that it's still the Izuna drop command, XY, XXXY, but now there's like a dot in it. So, what does that mean? It means pausing a little bit. So, I'm going to... there's not really a lot of enemies right now that I can Izuna drop. So yeah, once there are enemies that I can Izuna drop, I will show what this whole Zonkui Heavenly Sparrow and all is. So yeah. Oh, right. A door also opened right there. If we were playing Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden, that gate over there would have been locked. And you would have found a key in here. There's no key now, however, you still at least find the diary that was next to the key. So, Hinomaru's a notebook. I fight. That is all I know. That's all I do. Tonight, my path lies behind me. To those at the front, fight and fight well. If this be your place to die, then die defending it. April 6th, a woman, hair of gold. April 9th, a warrior cannot live his life fighting battles of mind. What is man? What is pride? I guess he got distracted when he found Sonia, or yeah, Irene, Sonia. But yeah, there would have been a key here that you would have used in order to open up the gate over here. Oh, okay. Well, at least I got rid of that thing. Oh yeah, I guess that is an additional thing. The Flying Dragon now has an additional Y attack afterwards. So, like, is there a name to it? Flying Dragon, Flying Dragon. Yeah, Descending Dragon. I guess Flying Dragon and Descending Dragon kind of makes sense. Oh boy. Alright. Also, again, this game has an auto-aim thing, so just press the aim button, and if there is an enemy close by, a Ryu will automatically target that. I guess he did not want to get a limb cut, specifically. I mean, I guess they all don't want to get a limb cut, but sometimes they very specifically are able to hold on, I guess. Question for the chat, what is your opinion on this game so far? Alright, but yeah, I think... There we go. There, red essences. So, again, anytime that you do get a new Ninpo, just try it out, knowing that you do have... a refill immediately afterwards. So, you can jump down here. In fact, you have to jump down here, in fact, to progress. But, notice those two shining targets, you could say. So, yeah. This is the only... one of the few times when you actually do have to aim manually, specifically, for something. Now that the bridge is down, that allows us to actually, climb to the other side here. Because on the other side, there's a Life of the Gods. So yeah, only 2 more in order to get a full life upgrade. The Life of 1000 Gods. Alright, so here's a little platforming thing here. Just hang on to these things, and just wait until you are in the proper position. You can also just kind of do some acrobatics in the meantime, but there we go. Okay, again, you are supposed to jump down there, but just climb over here. Live 1,000 gods, so we just get a full health upgrade from this. Oh, okay, we don't need to actually... There we go. Okay, still no enemies to Izuna drop, but I think we will soon. Oh boy. Oh, sheesh. They do not want... again, the RNG gods may not be in your favor sometimes. Another option is instead to just jump on their heads and then just use the on-running status, a while running status afterwards to simply do this move instead of doing the forward X first. Alright, so there's going to be some enemies here that I can, in fact, Izuna drop. So let's just show the Izuna drop itself first. So, X... Oh, come on. X... Oh. X... What? Come on, guys. X... Yeah, okay. There. Nope. Things are not working in my favor today. There we go. So yeah, this is the Izuna drop. So that's X, Y, X, 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 Y. However, if you pause after the third slash in the air, there, you can now do a flying swallow during the Izuna drop combo. There, you just kind of have to wait until Ryu actually jumps backwards in the air, I guess. Additionally, let's see if that actually works out. Can I... Okay, so, if you do that combo while knowing that the flying swallow will end up having you collide with the wall, you can then immediately do a wall attack afterwards. So let's just see if this works out. There. So yeah, so that's a cool thing with this the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, that you can now kind of do a flying swallow into a wall attack with this. There's unfortunately a sequence here that they removed in Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden 2. The moment you get in here, like, a bunch of enemies just enter from all sides here. Like, enemies from here, enemies from here, enemies from there. And it looked terrifying, but unfortunately they removed that. Okay, no, not really any reason to buy anything yet here. No, Jewel of Demon Seal. Okay, permanently increases the level of a Ninpo spell. So, alright. So, as I have established before, it, yes. So, as I have established before, my recommendation is actually to upgrade the Art of the Wind Blades first to level 3. I have upgraded the Art of Inferno just to show how the Jewel of Demon Seal works. And with the weapons, I did say upgrade the weapons to level 2 first before you start upgrading any of them to level 3. I would say don't do that with the Ninpo, because with the Ninpo, the Wind Blades really shines the moment it actually is at level 3. Like, when it's at level 1 and 2, it's essentially a weaker Art of the Inferno or a weaker Art of the Piercing Void. With level 3, that is when the Art of the Wind Blades actually is what it's supposed to be. In which case, you no longer are going to aim with it. And let's just show how it actually is. I hope there's going to be enough enemies here just to actually show this off. Okay, there's one enemy here. Can I get another? It's just one. Okay, well, just imagine that I am really surrounded by enemies right now. So yeah, let's just do the Art of the Wind Blades now that it's level 3. Yeah, it is no longer something you aim. It's now simply in every direction now. So it doesn't do as much damage as either the Art of the Inferno or the Art of Piercing Void, but because of the fact that it just hits in every direction, that is the reason why you want the Wind Blades now. So, in addition to some Ninpo and I guess this dual katana, the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, we also get this weapon. So, the Howling Cannon, a large matchlock rifle with unparalleled range and power. An enormous matchlock rifle that launches projectiles with a deafening roar. Just over a meter in length, with a 50-centimeter bore, it stretches the definition of firearm. Its origins can be traced back to the 16th century, where its fearsome range and sheer destructive capability earned it the nickname Nation Crusher. Modified and improved over many years into an even more potent weapon, its booming sound and violent recoil demand superb mental focus and physical strength. Okay, so 16th century. That means this would be invented after the events of Neo. So I guess Neo would never have the chance to actually have this as an actual weapon. But anyway, this would be an alternative to the bows and arrow, the Fiend's Bane bow. So let's just show that off. So the thing is, compared to the Fiend's Bane bow you can actually use in the air. Just to show it again. Yeah, you can use that in the air. That's no longer the case with the Howling Cannon. That's because the Howling Cannon is a slow but powerful weapon. So, there. That took off a limb just on its own there. So, yeah. Yeah. So if you want a bazooka-like weapon, well, that's what the Howling Cannon is for. It even slows down Ryu. He can't really... yeah, he's a lot faster with the Fiend's Bane bow. Let's put it like that. And also, yeah, I'm mashing the shoot right now, but it still takes like a second or... Yeah, I think a second before he actually shoots the next round. So there you go. That's the Howling Cannon. In the Xbox 360 version of Ninja Gaiden 2, here's where a key would be, which you would need in order to actually open the door that I am heading to right now. They simply replaced it with the yellow essences there. So yeah, this would have been locked. You would have had to find a key, and there you go. Okay. I think I've shown enough of the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. Yeah, so I'm going to switch to the Vigor and Flail. So why is that? Why am I going to switch over to Vigor and Flail? Well, we are going to meet some familiar friends. There we go. The ghost fish are back. Oh. Yeah, so the water might be a little bit of a problem. Woo. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so the yes, the techniques to face off against the ghost fish, that's still essentially the same with the Figorian Flail. So just jump right after that move. So, yes, question for the chat. What do you think about the gameplay elements of the game? What's the best way to deal with the ghost fish? Yeah, so, thing is, okay, here's something. Okay, first let's save. So, here's a little difference with the ghost fish compared to the previous Ninja Gaiden game. The previous Ninja Gaiden game, I don't think the bows and arrows could actually hit it. I guess the Fiend's Bane bow, I guess we'll just switch over to the Fiend's Bane bow to show this. Yep, the Fiend's Bane bow, I guess, is an upgrade over the strong bow of Ninja Gaiden 1. Because, if they are far away, they don't attack yet. They only start attacking if you are either close enough or you attack them with the bows and arrow, so they will actually go towards you. In which case, if you are ready for it, you can just use the Figorian Flail on them. So here, I'm gonna shoot the bow and arrow on one of them, and thus they will be aggravated and they will start attacking. There. So yeah. Best way to deal with the ghost fish is identify them early on, shoot one of them with bow and arrow to aggravate them, and then just be ready to use the Figorian Flail. Alright, so where we're supposed to be going, well, is down there. Again, good thing that Ryu has learned in the meantime. Let's grab this thing first. A good thing Ryu has learned in the meantime to just hold his breath indefinitely. He no longer needs an oxygen tank to stay underwater, I guess. Alright, so something that I do miss is that in Ninja Gaiden, in the Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden 2, right now, the moment you get out of the water like this, yeah, there would have been a wall of ghost fish surrounding you, which is nightmare fuel for anyone who has ever dealt with the ghost fish in the previous Ninja Gaiden game. Unfortunately, they removed that. There are still ghost fish here and there, but I guess they just decided not to actually have the wall of ghost fish, I guess. But alright, so where we're supposed to be going is that way, but this is a big area to explore right now, so I would recommend just kind of exploring first before you head towards where you're supposed to be going, because, well, first of all, there's a chest over here, which, oh, it's only essence here right now. It's essence because I have a full inventory right now, but if you don't have a full inventory, you would get one of either of these 3 items. If you do have a full inventory, yeah, the chest switches over to the contents of the chest switches over to enough yellow essence to buy a new one if you actually go to Muramasa. Anyway, each of these, yeah, there's a bunch of these circles with pillars here. Each of them have another chest to grab, which in my case is yet again yellow essence because I keep having a full inventory. There's also this more rectangular area. That's where another item is. In this case, it's a Life of the Gods, in fact. So yeah, we only need one more in order to get a full health upgrade. Okay, last thing to actually collect over here is on these stairs here. Yeah, that would have been another item and all that. Okay, so lots of stuff to collect here. And there you see a bunch of ghost fish there. So, in order to proceed with the story, you have to just head over here and defeat all the ghost fish in this area, which in this case they're just all over there right now. But again, use the bow and arrow in order to aggravate one of them and or just kill one of them and thus aggravate the rest, I guess. And then they will start heading towards you. Just be ready to hit them with the Fagorian Flail. Okay, so, having faced off with all of them, I am going to actually switch over to the Howling Cannon, because we are going to face the boss of this environment, and I am going to have to say I'm actually disappointed about how they dealt with this boss in this version, but let's just actually introduce the boss first. Well, we fought with Smaugan, the Flame Dragon. It only makes sense to fight with a Water Dragon as well. Okay, so remember all the running on the water thing, and that there's a whole combat system all around that. See, in the Xbox 360 version of Ninja Gaiden 2, you would have actually been able to capitalize on that in this fight, because you would be able to jump off of this platform and start slashing the dragon while running on the water, which is a very cool thing to do, honestly, in this game. Unfortunately, there's now an invisible wall. You cannot actually jump in the water. You are stuck on this platform now. So, granted, this is the easier way to fight against this water dragon, because you no longer have to actually learn to fight on the water. You can instead just essentially play God of War and just stay on the platform and just attack it when it is in range, I guess. But it's the boring version of how to fight this boss. That is why I think this is very much a downgrade compared to the Xbox 360 version of Ninja Gaiden 2. But whatever, woulda, coulda, we're gonna face off against this boss now. So, again, with every boss, try to study the boss first before you actually try to attack it. The thing is, this boss summons these ghost fish. So, I guess we can blame this dragon for all the ghost fish in the previous Ninja Gaiden game. So how do we deal with this dragon? Well, first of all, we did have the... Does seem like a double-edged sword. Makes it easier for people to not be confused, but it does mean missing out on making different strategies. Indeed, yeah, like, at the very least, just make it easier to get back on this platform if necessary. Anyway, so, we did get the Howling Cannon. It's almost like they are specifically telling us to use the Howling Cannon against this boss. Yeah, you do know that anytime when that dragon looks behind it, that is it trying to summon it is actually summoning the ghost fish. So either switch to the Fagorian Flail or stick to the Fagorian Flail. I would actually recommend not sticking to the Fagorian Flail. But yeah, do use Fagorian Flail at least to get rid of the ghost fish. If you really want the actual damage dealer, like I did say that the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang would usually be the boss damage dealer, but the best way to deal with this water dragon is actually the Enma's Fang, because its ultimate technique can also be used against the ghost fish. But the reason we want to use the ultimate technique is... Oh no. Because it actually has a chance to hit the water dragon with its final hit there. So yeah, if you want a safe strategy against the water dragon, I would actually recommend using the Enma's Fang ultimate technique to hit it. There's also, of course, the Howling Cannon, which kind of does the same amount of damage, but you do have to properly time the hit of the Howling Cannon. And also, we also have the Art of Wind Blades now, which is at level 3. Also a good way to get rid of the ghost fish. Oh no. So yeah, several ways to actually deal with this water dragon. Unfortunately, because we are no longer able to run on the water to actually hit him, that means this game has also essentially removed the obliteration technique animation that would happen if you actually hit it with a Y attack when it is at critical health. So yeah, that's an animation that no longer is in the game, unfortunately. Well, maybe it is in the game. It's just that you can't actually do it in the game. But yeah, that's the water dragon. Alright, so that was Chapter 6, the Aqua Capital. So now we're heading towards Chapter 7, the Lycanthrope's Castle, which is going to be the final chapter of this stream. The canals running through this city lead to a giant castle, a once beautiful architectural legacy now transformed into the lair of the greater fiend Wolf. Wolf's iron fist reigns over an army of werewolves. He is a berserker, as bloodthirsty as a beast, and his never-ending hunger for battle has led him to prepare a fitting arena for a duel to the death with the world's most powerful ninja. Alright then. Well, seems like it's telegraphing where to go here. Yeah, so if you followed along, you would have already found all the items here anyway. So yeah, let's just immediately oh, come on. There we go. Good old reliable flying bird flip. So, fun fact about this chapter. This is going to be the chapter where Ryu essentially gets every single weapon in this game. I guess there is a certain 2 weapons that technically are new weapons, but actually they're more like upgrades to existing weapons. So technically, this chapter is when Ryu gets his full collection of weapons. So keep that in mind. So we're supposed to go that way. In fact, actually, let's actually go that way because there we go, some ghost fish. So let's just I would use the Howling Cannon, but it is a little bit slow and the ghost fish will arrive pretty quickly. So I would recommend using the Fiend's Bane Bow instead. So yeah, Fiend's Bane Bow and then start. Oh, jeez. There we go. All right. So we can go this way. There's a Muramasa statue here, but you can, in fact, get on top of this roof, I guess. And if you do some platforming, first of all, there's a chest over here, which would have been an item if you did not have a full inventory like I did. This is also where a crystal skull would be. Funny thing is, you could have also just immediately went up here the moment you did the flying bird flip. You could have also just went up here from this side instead. Anyway, yeah. So, Muramasa. Oh, there's... Okay, I guess there's enemies. Yeah, the ghost fish. Alright, sure, let's deal with the ghost fish first. Muramasa will not actually sell things as long as there are enemies around, so... Oh no, that was just a reflection. I thought there was another ghost fish there. Alright, so yeah. Only when the lamp is lighted up, that's when you can actually interact with Muramasa. So, We have 40,000 essence right now. Again, you would have enough essence right now, or at least I right now would have enough essence to upgrade 2 of these weapons to level 3. Hold off on that, because again, only by the end of this chapter do we essentially have all the weapons in this game. Also, if you are worried about falling down the water and having to do a whole platform section again, don't worry. There are essentially checkpoints here. Like, the moment you get here, this falls down, and... oh, look at that. I guess this is now a shortcut you can now take. Like, I guess the walls are very generous to Ryu in particular. Okay, yeah, so we are supposed to go, yeah, technically that way, but let's go this way instead. Oh no. Ooh. Another item that has been converted to yellow essence. Yeah, but this whole thing of items turning into yellow essence, that's probably the reason why I have a lot of money. So it might be possible that if you are following along but you are using items more often, that you would have less yellow essence than I have. But that's fine. It just means that you will upgrade the weapons a bit slower. But it's still very much possible to do everything with the dragon sword if need be. Anyway, another checkpoint over here. So yeah, if you do fall down accidentally, well, there is another little checkpoint over here now. Okay, what have I not actually shown off with the weapons yet? Okay, let's see if... no, not this one. Oh, no. Okay, I do have to jump over. There we go. Oh, come on. Of course, they never work with me if I... Okay, I think the Gordon Flail needs to be at level 3 to do what I intended to do there. So I guess that's for later, I guess. But yeah, these Gaias, you can Izuna drop them. So any weapon that has an Izuna drop attack, you can use that against these Gajas. And that is, again, a little difference between the Vigorian Flail of Ninja Gaiden 2 compared to the Vigorian Flail of Ninja Gaiden 1. The Vigorian Flail of Ninja Gaiden 2 actually is capable of using the Izuna drop, as you can see. Also, yeah, if you are actually worried about the about falling down and all that, Ryu has edge detection, so he won't actually fall down if you just simply run. He only falls down if you actually jump down. So yeah, do know that this game is pretty generous about a lot of things, but even so, the checkpoints are pretty helpful either way. Alright, so there's gonna be more ghost fish over here. Yeah, you can see them in the distance there. So as long as you just identify them in advance, then you can just use the bow and arrows to hit them and just bring them to you instead of you going to them. And this is gonna be the last checkpoint in this area. There you go. So yeah. So now you can also use this to essentially get to the end here. I really do like the design of this area like this. I don't know. It just gives such a feeling of getting to know the area because of the checkpoint system, I guess. All right. Okay, I think I am going to switch over to Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang here. So, do remember that X 5 times with a Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang ends with that. Yeah, I guess this rotating move, this horizontal legendary Legend of Zelda spinning slash thing, that's actually relatively useful against these enemies. So yeah, these are human skeletons which are shaped like scorpions. Interesting. All right. There's also a Jewel of Demon Seal here. So yeah, now that we do have the Art of the Wind Blades at level 3, as I said, now it is pretty much up to you what you actually want to upgrade first. I would say try to balance things out and thus level up the Art of the Piercing Void to level 2. Now, that's my recommendation because I already have upgraded the Art of the Inferno to level 2. So yeah, I would also say, personally, I would upgrade the Art of the Flame Phoenix last. I don't really use the Art of the Flame Phoenix that often, but if you do find it useful because you are having trouble with defense and all that, yeah, maybe use the Art of the Flame Phoenix, but I would only stick to these 3. Ninja Gaiden 4 will make the Art of Flame Phoenix way more useful by comparison. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to upgrade the Art of Piercing Void just to balance out these 3. Oh, right, I have to actually use the... There we go. Alright, so X 5 times for this move. Oh yeah, by the way, though, from the dead body, you would have also gotten a key in order to actually open this. Now it's just opened on its own. So, you have the 5x attack. You can also, because they are relatively slow, you can just move away and just charge up an ultimate technique and wait until they arrive. Not only does it help killing them, it also, yeah, do remember that every time that you do kill an enemy with the ultimate technique, it multiplies the amount of essence that they actually release from it. So instead of doing the Art of Ultimate Guidance, where you use an ultimate technique and then use the essence to use another ultimate technique like this, instead of doing that, I would actually recommend to just absorb it. Because, well, it has multiplied, right? Might as well just actually take the additional money you have and just charge for free, because they are pretty slow anyway. So, just get enough distance, charge it with the ultimate technique, and there you go. Easy money. This is also why I am equipping the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, because it is pretty... yeah, it hits quite a wide area with the ultimate technique. Another option would have been the Enma's Fang, because as we've already established with the Water Dragon, that attack has quite a lot of range as well. Alright, so this is one of those moments where Ryu does show his little petty side, as he's just frustrated that he's stuck here, and I don't know why, but knowing how Ryu is usually so mature and disciplined and all that, just seeing him throw a little tantrum by kicking that skull, that's kind of hilarious to me. So, here's a fun fact about this boss. So, first of all, his name, Gog Magog. Back in Ninja Gaiden 2, yeah, the Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden 2, there was no name because there was no names on the health bars. there was no official name, so people just kept calling it the Bone Monster because, well, it's a monster made of bone. Makes sense to me. But now we have, that's quite a name, yeah. So now we have an official name for it because of Ninja Gaiden 2. Black decided to add names to the health bar. So yeah, it's Gogmagog. So, fun fact about Gogmagog. Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, and the original Ninja Gaiden 3. Yeah, those are made by Yosuke Hayashi. The original Xbox Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Black and the Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, they are made by Tomonori Igaki, the late Tomonori Igaki. So rest in peace, Tomonori Igaki. So, funnily enough, he's not only the director of these original versions of the games, he's also the motion capture artist of Gogmagog. Apparently, reportedly, he got very drunk and just decided, I am going to do the motion capture of this this monster. So when I said that observe the bosses when you first meet them, I guess observe this monster in particular, because who boy, just imagine that this is the director of the original versions of the Xbox Ninja Gaiden games. Just being very drunk right now. I would love to have been in the motion capture studio while he was doing all of this. Like, he looks like he's drunk. Like, there's that punch is like a feint punch or something, like oh, made you flinch. In fact, okay, let's see if he does his grab attack. Like, I'm just gonna let myself be grabbed, hopefully, because that's also... There we go, yeah. So it's like he's playing with his doll or something. Gogmagog may have been knocking back a few blocks before Ryu showed up, yeah. Okay, there's another grab attack. Let's see if he actually uses that. Oh, no, come on. I might actually have to use some... Oh, yeah, okay. No, that's this one again. Come on, use the grab attack. Or maybe I actually have to... Well, now I'm in hero mode. I would automatically dodge everything. Fine, I'll use a healing potion just so I am not in hero. Let's just actually try to get him to half health. Maybe he only uses the grab attack at half health. So, the glowing orb there. I like that he pours bones on you like he's trying to make a sprinkled cupcake or something. Yeah. Alright, so that glowing orb, or the glowing area there in his chest, that is his weak spot. In order to get to that weak spot, we actually have to attack his leg first. So that is where the Purgatory Slash of Dragon's Claw is pretty useful in that, because it does a pretty good job just draining his health like that. And look, now he is going to fall down, and thus you will get close enough to actually hit the orb. There, does a lot more damage than at the legs there. So yeah, that's why the Purgatory Slash is pretty useful. Oh, I wonder if that would have been the grab attack. Well, let's just get to half health first, just to be safe. Yeah, so... Okay, hopefully he does the grab attack soon now. No, that's the slap. Oh, come on. This might be the only few times where I actually will use items just so I will not be in hero mode. Come on. Come on, I want to show your beautiful animations, you could say. Nah, okay, come on. No, that's the kick. Come on. They never do it when you actually want them to do it. Come on. Maybe if I just attack him a little bit. Would that have been it? No, that... Question for chat, what do you think would improve this game? Maybe if he did the grab attack a bit more often. There we go! Alright. Boy, he must have had so much fun doing this. Alright. So there we go. That's all the animations of Gog Magog, the Bone Demon. Rest in peace, Gog Magog, you will be remembered. Like, it's very difficult to forget you, let me put it like that. Well, he's nice enough to give us a way out. It's amazing how, besides the legacy of creating these modern Ninja Gaiden games, Tomonobu Igaki also has a legacy now of motion capturing this beautiful monster. Anyway. At least now we will probably collect items instead of the yellow essence now. Alright, so this is going to be the first... yes, Queen. So this is going to be the first new... one of the first... one of the weapons that we are going to get in this chapter. Yes, because we are actually going to get 3 weapons in this chapter. When I said that this chapter is where we're going to get all the weapons... Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is the chapter where we'll get all the weapons. Thus, we're going to get 3 after one another. So, here's the first one. The Kusarigama. A ninja weapon made from a sickle with chain and weight attached. The Kusarigama, or chain sickle, is a traditional ninja weapon consisting of an iron weight on a chain attached to the handle of a sickle. While capable of a vast array of freeform attacks, it is notoriously difficult to control and requires extensive training. Crafted by master weaponsmith Shishido Tessai, this particular Kusarigama is unusually long and heavy, making it even more unpredictable than normal. Although renowned for his unorthodox approach to making weapons, there seems to be some bad blood between Shishido and Muramasa. That is something they have yet to actually follow up on. I would love to hear more about Muramasa being spiteful against Shishido. I would love to see that. Anyway, also fun fact about the Kusarigama. The Kusarigama is actually, well, I don't know if it's the only weapon. No, not the only weapon, but this weapon is historically, what ninjas actually used in back in the Edo period. Was the Edo period? No, not the Edo period. No, even earlier. But yeah, fascinating. Yeah. So the Kusarigama is what ninjas actually used. Ninjas did not use the katana, or if they did use the katana, it's because they stole it from samurai. And even so, there's like this idea of a ninja toe, which is like a ninja version of a katana. That is, as far as we know, essentially fictional. Most of the ninja toe that you do find everywhere in museums and all that, those were made after ninjas were no longer really a thing anymore. So it's ninja toe is mostly a fictional thing, and even so, ninjas did not actually use katanas that often. The Kusarigama is a real weapon that ninjas actually used, because ninjas were farmers, or at least farmers were the ones who performed ninja things. Ninjas being thieves, you could say that, yeah. So the Kusarigama would be made out of tools that a farmer would use, you know? So yeah, they would get a chain, they would get a weight, and they just attach that to this sickle that a farmer would use. So yeah, there you go. Kusarigama is actually a historically accurate weapon for ninjas. Ninja farming game went. Honestly, I would love that. I would love to play a ninja farming game. So yeah, here's Kusarigama. So let's just say you think Ninja Gaiden is not God of War enough. Well, here's the weapon for you. Just look at this ultimate technique. That's also very God of War, really. So yeah. Think you need a little bit of the Blades of Chaos and all that? Well, there you go. That's this Kusarigama. And right now, this is just level 1 Kusarigama. Kusarigama really shines the moment it is level 2, really. Because right now, this is the Y combo, which is fine, I guess. Like, it hits in a wide range, but it doesn't do as much damage. At level 2, you will gain an additional Y attack afterwards. I think it's Falling Snow. Yes, probably Falling Snow. No, not Falling Snow. Reverse Great Spin. Yeah, you will get the Reverse Great Spin, which adds a more powerful attack afterwards. So that is probably why you would want to upgrade the Kusarigama to level 2. Oh yeah, because we've been using all these items against Gog Magog. Alright, so same principle with the with Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. Just charge the ultimate technique with the Kusarigama, especially because Kusarigama also has a lot of range with the ultimate technique there. Yeah, back in Xbox 360 Ninja Gaiden, there would have been some platforming you had to do there. They just gave you a bridge here, I guess. Alright. Okay, so at least here's a... If you do fall down, don't worry, you just end up in the bone pile. There. Or, well, not even at the bone pile, you'll actually end up here, in fact. So, yeah. So, there are several platforms that will catch you if you do fall down. So, don't worry about that. Oh boy, I almost fell down there, but yeah. Just use the wall run there. Alright, let's finally get out of this tunnel. Ah, so bright. Alright, so, first of all, hey, we've been over there before. Yeah, we platformed over there to get through there. And then, yeah, we ended up falling down. So now we're back up here. So, this guillotine over here, if you actually hit that... Oh, well, let's have the cutscene play first, I guess.
Finally, a worthy adversary has entered my castle.
He's so excited about it.
Excellent. He shall be given a most fitting welcome.
Like, he even went a little bit high-pitched there, like a worthy adversary has entered my castle! Wolf is quite a character, man. He's so happy, yeah. I guess what I like about Volve is that, like, all these other greater fiends that we've had, like, of Ninja Gaiden Sigma, we've had Doku, the one who killed Ryu. Yeah, he's pretty serious. Then there's Alma, who has, like, a dramatic story because, well, she's the sister of Rachel. So Rachel essentially became a fiend hunter to kill Alma. So yeah, a dramatic role as well. Then you have Marbus, who is pretty much the second in command of the Emperor itself. So yeah, there's... Oh, hey, thank you for the raid, Kid Wicked from present. Kids Wicked Raid, Kids Wicked Raid, Kids Wicked Raid. Just thank you. Let me see if I can quickly do the shout out thing. What were you playing, Kid? Kids Wicked Raid, yeah. What were you playing, Kid? Let's see. Rayman 2. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, cool. Gotten further with that. Nice. Yeah, I really do think there should be more 3D Rayman games. It's kind of a shame that they I like the new 2D Rayman games, but would be nice to have a few more 3D games like Rayman 2 and Rayman 3. You know? Yeah, always want to try it. Yeah. There we go. Shout out. So yeah. I had to replay 2 levels that were the longest ones. One of them was 30 minutes long. Oh, wow. Well, well, at least you got through that then, right? The other is 20-ish, the longest levels of the whole game. Yeah, I think I remember something about that. So I missed one. Oh, no. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Well, I intend not to miss any collectibles here in Ninja Gaiden for Beginners. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so what I find so funny is that all these greater fiends, like Doku is a dramatic greater fiend, Alma is a dramatic greater fiend, Marbus is a dramatic greater fiend, and now we also had Alexei, who also was the Master of Lightning, also very dramatic, and then there's Volt. I guess he's also dramatic, but he's so whimsical about murder and death. I don't know, there's just something about him that makes him a little bit more comedic compared to the other greater fiends. So that's what I find so fascinating about Volve. So yeah, anyway, yeah, feels bad about the missing the one collectible kit, but I'm just gonna continue here. So it's really hard to play these games nowadays. I can help in the future if you need some help. Oh, nice. All right, yeah. Lan, if you do intend to do the Rayman games, I would like to see that. All right, so yeah, what I want to say is that this guillotine over here, there's this rope. If you actually cut this rope, there, I guess, you would find, well, nothing right now. Like, there's an interact prompt, and it says, oh, it's an herb of spiritual life. Interesting, they replaced it with an herb of spiritual life here. Okay, so yeah, I guess if you do have the crystal skull, there would be an herb of spiritual life here. Otherwise, this is where you would find a crystal skull, which I guess came from someone that got guillotined. So have fun streaming. All right, so anyway, I definitely need to raid and run. My brain is melted cheese right now. That's fair. I very much understand. So yeah, thank you for the raid, kid. So, oh, I got them. I found them and it didn't take me too long to find. Okay, at least you actually got them then. Yeah. All right. Yes, bye, kid. Okay, so where we're supposed to go is just that way. Let's just save first. Goodbye. So where we're supposed to go is that way, but there's always things to look for outside of the main path. So, Kusarigama, we do have more than enough money to start upgrading our weapons to level 2. So, Kusarigama, let's bring that to level 2. So yeah, Muramasa decides to add a lot more steel to it, you could say. Alright, but now we have yeah, the reverse great spin, which adds 3 additional Y attacks even. So first it was just this. Oh, come on. Yeah, that. It was just that. But now with more Y attacks. Yeah, so if you were lacking in range, Kusarigama is probably your weapon of choice now to essentially become God of War, really. Like, if you played any of the original God of War games, this is essentially the Blade of Chaos. Alright, so let's see what's over here. I think we have a full inventory now. Yeah, we have full inventory now. So that means that if we do find chests, they would just give us yellow essence of the same price of those items now. Alright, let's test out this, what's the name again? Reverse Great Spin. No, come on. Yeah, so the Shadow Flare Fiends are back from Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Oh, question for the chat. How are you with spoilers? How are you with spoilers? So yeah, the Shadow Flare Fiends are back here from Ninja Gaiden Sigma. They have weirdly evolved to be able to survive being decapitated. I guess they saw many of their brethrens get decapitated and then decided we should do something about that. Let's make it so that we survive getting decapitated now. So yeah, I guess that is a reason why Ryu would want to train to actually do obliteration techniques against enemies that are beheaded. But yeah. So do keep in mind that even though they have lost their heads, that does not guarantee they're actually dead. So keep that in mind. Still, the great reverse spin. Reverse Great Spin? Reverse Great Spin. The Reverse Great Spin has relatively good chances of taking off a limb, along with the fact that it has a lot of range. So, my recommendation is, if you want to do an easy combo to hit a lot of enemies at the same time, just do the Reverse Great Spin, and then afterwards just check which enemies have lost a limb so you can use the obliteration technique. I would say, however, with the Gaias, I would say that using the Izuna drop against them is probably more useful, which is one of the weaknesses of the Kusarigama. It does not have an Izuna drop. This is the this is the first weapon that in Ninja Gaiden 2 that has no Izuna drop. So keep that in mind by the Kusarigama. So yeah, I would say use the Izuna drop against the Gaias. That's still essentially the best way to deal with them. But if you do have trouble with the Izuna drop, the Ikaruga is still an option to get rid of an arm and then use the obliteration technique. There, just show again how useful the Izuna drop is. And also, might as well just show this again. Yeah, so Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang also has... Yeah. Being able to do a Flying Swallow in the air during an Izuna drop kind of combo. And then immediately do a wall attack afterwards. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, sure, let's stick to Kusarigama for a bit, because this is the new weapon. Okay, so... Again, there are enemies in the air. They would shoot fireballs. Use the arrows against them. Like, I guess you can try to use the Howling Cannon. However, you can only shoot them while on the ground. So, it is a little bit slower than the... Little bit. It is a lot slower than the Fiend's Bane bow. So I would say use Fiend's Bane bow against them in particular. No. Yeah, if you also want like a quick attack that will hit enemies around you very quickly, like you still have to kind of do a little... Yeah, Ryu still has to do a little wind up if he actually does the great reverse spin. I keep switching them around, isn't it? Reverse Great Spin. Yeah. The Reverse Great Spin still needs a little wind-up before that. If you want like a quick 360 move, well, 360 motion with the control stick and then Y. So yeah, that's a quick attack to to kind of hit around you. Anyway, let's use the bow and arrow against these guys. So, if we were playing in Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox 360, there would have either been a Test of Valor portal here or a Test of Valor portal here. Again, it looks like there would have been something there, isn't it? Well, yeah, there was, but they removed that. However, keep in mind this locked door over here. Oh, whoops. Okay, so we're supposed to go... Well, okay. We're supposed to go that way. But, again, just identify where you're supposed to go and then go the opposite direction just to get more items. In this case, red essence, which, again, don't be afraid to use Ninpo more often in Ninja Gaiden 2 compared to Ninja Gaiden 1. I always feel like I have to be careful here, even though that's no longer the case ever since Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. Yeah, ever since Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, they have removed an ambush here. In Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox 360, the moment you get here, a bunch of werewolves will just fall down and just ambush you from there. Because you did not look up, I guess. But they removed that because Hayashi just does not really trust us to deal with our consequences, I guess. At least these enemies appear, but the Shadow Flare Fiends, they don't actually do a proper ambush, as in, they didn't attack the moment they actually fell down. They just fall down and then start attacking. But whereas with the werewolves, they just immediately fell down and just did a grab attack, which, yeah, is a lot more punishing, you could say. So there is no... There you go. I just said that the Shadow Flare Fiends have evolved to survive being decapitated. So let's see if that... Okay, he did not survive that one. Come on. There. He lost a head, but still decides to keep attacking. That's kind of impressive, really. Alright, but as I said, Ryu has trained to fight against decapitated enemies, somehow. I would really love to be in the dojo when that happened, when Ryu was like, okay, I now have to train against decapitated enemies. All the Hayabusa ninjas are like, why? And then Ryu's like, there's always a chance these enemies will be able to attack despite being decapitated. Master Ryu, do you really think that's the case? And suddenly this happens and he's like, I told you so. Talk about being crazy prepared. Reasonable, yeah. Okay, so let's see if that's the case already at level 2 here. I'm just gonna try it. No, I think it necessitates level 3 in order to do the thing. Yeah, so the Kusarigama doesn't really have an Izuna drop. It does have a kind of Izuna drop, but that is only at level 3, and it's not necessarily a real Izuna drop, but it's kind of like essentially what Kusarigama has as the Izuna drop instead. Okay, so there's a church over here. So what happens if we just fall down? Okay, so this door is, door is held firmly shut. There is a ninja over here though. Inukoma's notebook. March 18th, I go forth with resolve, knowing that death surely awaits me. My fate shall be no different than that of the brave souls who lie at rest beneath the plains at the foot of Mount Fuji. Countless swords plunged in the ground to serve as gravestones at this, the graveyard of the Black Spider. Interesting. I wonder if we'll see that. Anyway, March 25th, I fight not for justice nor for evil. I only refuse to deviate from my destined path. April 2nd. I find it hard to believe that a man as powerful as Master Genshin would allow himself to be treated as a pawn by the Fiends. While it's true that our clan is distantly related to the Fiend bloodline, I cannot help but wonder if it is proper for us to assist him like this. I am as close to an apprentice of Master Genshin as anyone in our clan, and the more I learn of him, the more he puzzles me. Yeah, so the Black Spider clan, just like how the Hayabusa Ninja clan are descended from the 13 dragons, or at least one of the 13 dragons, the Black Spider Ninjas are descendants of the Fiends instead, which are descendants of Demon, the deity of destruction. So, yeah. April 13th. I do not agree with the Elder Kushimaru. Kushimaru may have the inner eye, in quotation marks, but the Master Genshin that I know is not afraid of anything. He is confident in his fast power. Nothing can face him. So yeah, they do have a lot of trust in Master Genshin, but maybe to an unreasonable degree. Who knows? April 15th. I found Hachijiro collapsed on the ground after suffering a grievous injury. I forcibly fed him the last of my herb of spiritual life. I hope that he might survive, just as I know that he may not. Just as I know that I may soon suffer the same fate. We will find Hachijiro diary as well. So, what poor fortune. Attacked from behind by a lesser fiend. Though they lack intelligence, they make up for it with their irrepressible ferocity. It appears to be an instinct for them to attack humans. This is fiend territory. I knew that something like this could happen at any time. It pains me to know I will leave this world without even laying a finger on the Dragon Ninja. I'm beginning to lose all strength in my hands. Yeah, so even though they are working together with the fiends are still going to instinctively attack enemies and all that. It's kind of like you're working with predators, with as if you're working with tigers and all that. You can't really blame the tiger for attacking you if you are being careful, and not if you're not being careful enough, you know. So yeah, that's unfortunate for Inukoma there. All right, so there's also this here that's also locked. So what you're supposed to do is, first of all, get back up there, because the camera did specifically show that beautiful glass work on the church there. Yeah. So how about we break it? There we go. The glass workers are crying right now. Okay, so this is kind of a chaotic fight here. I would recommend try to find the peace within this chaos and find your inner peace, you could say, and try to perform an ultimate technique to hit a lot of these enemies at the same time. It may not always kill them, but at the very least it will get rid of some limbs, making them either slower or vulnerable to an obliteration technique. Or you can just charge another ultimate technique. So yeah. So even though the enemies are pretty aggressive in this game, Ryu is very capable of many different abilities to remedy being attacked by all these aggressive enemies. So keep that in mind, that even though the enemies are fast, Ryu can be a lot faster. Alright, so in Ninja Gaiden 2 on Xbox 360, there would have been a box here, or a chest here, where you would get a key that you would need to actually open up that door. Now, just randomly, the door decided to open, because that's the way of Hayashi, you could say. But yeah, everything is now opened for you. I think the 360 Y attack also has a relatively good chance to actually get rid of a limb. Let's see. Yeah, relatively. So, this kitchen needs to be cleaned up. I'm sorry. So, yeah, so, you are supposed to go this way, but, this chest here was blocked by all these, barrels, so do look over there. And now we have 9 Lives of the Gods, which means we got a full Life of the Gods from it. So, a funny thing about this mansion, or this castle, I guess, it's almost like a miniature version of Resident Evil's mansion. Yeah, like there's a hall in the middle there. This would have been the entrance, and yeah, there's a west wing and there's an east wing, and yeah. Granted, it's a lot more linear than Resident Evil, but yeah, it kind of has that Resident Evil anatomy to the map there. Granted, you can't open this door at all, and you can't open this door. That's probably how they make it so that it's a lot more linear than Resident Evil. Still, I just find it funny how it does feel like a Resident Evil map, and I would love it if Ryu would actually end up in a Resident Evil-like environment, really. And just like Resident Evil, you will just kind of look around like, oh, okay, this door is locked, this door is locked. Which door do I have to take in order to go further? Granted, in this version, they just open the door for you, so there's no real guesswork anymore. Still, I just like the idea of this castle being kind of Resident Evil-like. Yeah, so with the reverse great spin. With the reverse great spin, you can essentially just be a little bit mindless with the Kusarigama. Like, you can just keep mashing Y. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just pressing Y the entire time, and the enemies will kind of have trouble actually getting to me because of the amount of rage. And if I am close enough, most of the time the Y attack will end up becoming the obliteration technique. So yes, do be aware that if you are having trouble with all the other weapons or something, the Kusarigama is a pretty easy weapon to use because of its range. Nope. And even if you do get hit, well, this is hero mode, so or hero difficulty, so you will enter hero mode if you do lose, if you do reach critical health anyway. So you are pretty safe in hero difficulty. I would say though, don't get too comfortable with this if you do intend to try the game on normal difficulty and all that. I would say hero difficulty should be what you would play in order to kind of get used to the game. Afterwards, but even while doing that, try studying how the game actually works. Which is why I keep explaining all these things. And yeah, I think Wolf has some ego issues here. I don't know, there's some signs you can see here. Alright, like I said, with the Gajas, my recommendation is to just practice the Izuna drop. But if the Izuna drop is too troublesome, the Ikaruga combo is still an option, which is XXY. There. Like XXY, the Ikaruga combo is essentially the most reliable combo in this game. I won't say that it works on everything, but it works on enough things that you can count on it pretty easily. Okay, so we had one new weapon, the Kusarigama. Here's the other. The Tonfa, a powerful martial arts weapon originating from Ryukyu. You can, in fact, use these weapons in Nioh 2. So, yeah. Details. The tonfa is a representative weapon of the ancient Ryukyu martial arts, developed in what are now the islands of Okinawa. Although tonfa have a short reach, they are extremely fast and can be used for both offense and defense. This versatility has led Western countries to adapt tonfa into policed nightsticks. So yeah, if you want to know where the policed nightsticks are from, tonfa. There you go. The striking surfaces of these particular tonfa have been plated with high-density, super-hard tungsten carbide to enhance impact damage with while maintaining their compact size. Because the tonfa lack blades, they are incapable of cutting attacks, but they make up for this in their ability to pulverize human flesh. These specially modified tonfa are so much heavier than typical tonfa that only the most talented martial artists are even capable of spinning them. Well, good thing Ryu is that talented of a martial artist then. Okay, so yeah, going from the longest ranged weapon, that being Kusarigama, we're going to the shortest ranged weapon, the tonfa. So here's a special thing about the tonfa. Let's see where it is. Million, yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, so Heavenly Justice during a combo, A or the reverse wind, which is left trigger and the control stick to the direction. So let's just demonstrate with the other weapons. So yeah, I am going to slash, and then I'm just gonna press jump the entire time. Yeah, it's only after the slash animation has ended that Ryu will actually do the jump. Same with the reverse wind, the dash. There, I'm doing slash. I'm trying to dash, but he only dashes after the actual combo. So yeah, this is what the tonfa is going to make things a lot easier, because the Heavenly Justice is essentially a dash that you can use during a combo. So here, I'm gonna press A after pressing X. There. And you can also do that with the commands to dash. So yeah, if you are having trouble with the commitment of the attacks in Ninja Gaiden because of the other weapons, the tonfa is pretty useful in that regard. Do keep in mind, however, that there are attacks specifically after the Heavenly Justice, which is, yeah, that's the name of this dash here. One of them being, there, that aerial combo. So if you do intend to do another standard X attack, do kind of wait for the animation to properly end. Otherwise, you will do the knee thing instead. That's it. Here's the thing about the Heavenly Justice thing. Yeah, so remember that there's a on-landing status with the... yeah, if you charge an attack, or charge the ultimate technique during an on-landing status, you will quickly do this charge, compared to just this slower charge. Well, Heavenly Justice also kind of counts as an on-landing status, so... there. So yeah, something to practice with the tonfa, which in that case I might as well just actually use tonfa. And now we are on the other side of this. Yeah, we went the whole circle here, and now they decided to open up that door, so now we can go that way. All right, so let's just see what the tonfa's ultimate technique is. Yeah, pretty brutal, I would say. Oh, I think... you doing okay there, buddy? Let's see. Oh, dang. All right. Oh. Okay, the regular X combo. of the Tonfa also has a relatively good chance to get rid of her limb here, so... like, or get rid of a head even. So... so yeah, the regular X combo of the Tonfa... yeah, still has a good chance of actually getting rid of a limb. That Regal remix is very fitting for here. Yeah, I decided to change the version of the song there, but yeah, definitely helps with this castle-like environment. Okay, so if you know enemies are coming, just charge an ultimate technique in advance. Especially with the Tonfa, because just look at the bloodshed of this. Well, bloodshed, more like blood pulverizing with the Tonfa here. Like, it did outright say that it does not do cutting attacks, it just pulverizes flesh. Yeah, just look at what happens there. Anyway, okay, first of all, this library has this ninja that has more lore about the 4 greater fiends. The great philosopher Dagradai roamed the ravaged land, detached from the destruction he saw about him. Wandering while lost in thought, he stumbled to the bottom of a deep dark pit and found himself staring directly into the evil eye of the archfiend Vazda. The horrible light of the archfiend's gaze burned into his forehead. When Dagradai awoke, he found himself cursed with a third eye and a horrific epiphany. The human philosopher was no more. Alright, so if we see someone with a third eye, yeah, that might be Dagradai. Reborn as the infernal priest Dagradai, his ferocity and wickedness nearly matched that of the archfiends. With this newfound strength, he forced the 4 fiend rulers to do his bidding. He dubbed them the 4 greater fiends and took the throne to rule over them. Thus began the era of the infernal priests. Okay, so it is Dagradai who essentially made the 4 rulers into the 4 greater fiends. Alright, so this library, if you hit the books, some books will fall off and all that. You can do that on every single one of these books. However, I think it was this over here. Yeah, so there is this is where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go that way so you can do the flying bird flip up there. But opposite of that, with this wall, to the right, here, if you actually... did not have a crystal skull, this is where a crystal skull would be. So yeah, no more of this item can be carried. I think it's just another herb now in the place of the crystal skull. But yeah, do keep in mind that there is a crystal skull hidden in the bookshelf there. So the funny thing about the Tonfa is that this single charge of the Tonfa's ultimate technique, that in itself is already pretty powerful anyway. So if you feel like, oh, I have to actually fully charge the ultimate technique, you don't really need to with the Tonfa. The single charge is also pretty powerful on its own. So do keep that in mind, that you don't have to actually fully charge there. It's nice to fully charge, but again, it's already that powerful just with a single charge. And here's the actual final charge, which does add a lot more, but because of how powerful the single charge is, it is something to keep in mind of how useful that is compared to the other weapons' first charge. And we are back outside. Okay, there is nothing down there, but if you do fall down, well, don't worry, there's a ladder over here, so you can try again. Okay, Ryu, can you clean that up, please? Thank you. It kind of looked dirty there. Alright, so, these werewolves are guarding this door over here. Yeah, I would say that the Tonfa's ultimate technique is actually one of the best ones, in fact. So whenever I do have the Tonfas equipped, I will probably spam the ultimate technique. Anyway, we are supposed to go that way, but if we go this way... Okay, again, Ryu, would you mind cleaning up? Thank you. Okay, so in harder difficulties, there might be ghost fish in these chests. I don't think in hero difficulty there would be. No, it's just items and essences. And, well, we do have enough money to upgrade the Tonfa, so let's see. Yeah, but I did say that there were 3 weapons that we were going to get in this chapter. So, but yeah, the Tonfa. The thing with the next weapon is that the next weapon we won't actually get the chance to actually upgrade it in this chapter. So if you don't have enough money to upgrade the next weapon to level 2, that's okay, because that's something for the next chapter, in fact, to do. But anyway, with the Tonfa at level 2 now, we now have, let's see. Yeah, there we go. The flower garland drop. The garland drop. Huh, interesting. All right, anyway, so the Izuna drop, the Tonfa already has an Izuna drop. That's just X, Y, X, 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 Y. However, do remember that there was this knee attack that happens after doing a Heavenly Justice. So the thing is, if you press X to do the knee attack and then press Y after launching the enemy in the air, you will do an alternative Izuna drop called the Garland drop. So the Garland drop. So yeah, I will show that off to the next opponent that actually is capable of being Izuna dropped. That won't be in this fight because this is just going to be werewolves again.
That a puny human like you made it this far is worthy of praise. I have prepared a venue befitting a duel to the death. Not here. Come, we will fight on the sacred battleground of the Colosseum.
Alright, see you there then, Wolf. Okay, so I did say that, yeah, these werewolves, you can't actually use the Izuna drop or the Garland drop against them. So we'll just kind of get through them first. Yeah, so if you want an easy way to actually get through them, the thing is, they do get frustrated very quickly, and thus they will just howl and all that. That's actually your chance to move away from them. And, well, their grab attacks, I did say that they can do it from a distance because they just dash towards you and all that. However, they do still need to actually reach you with that dash in order to do the grab attack. So, this corner over here, as well as that corner over there, and this chair actually is a good way to keep a cover between them, which gives you a chance to charge an ultimate technique with the Tonfa. So, let's see. Just try to get behind the chair here. There, they still have to kind of circle around it first, and... Oh, dang. Alright. Yeah, they kind of have to get a clear line of sight first before they can actually attack you, which gives you a chance to just fully charge an ulta technique, which, as we have established with the Tonfa, is very powerful anyway, so yeah.
Savage!
Oh hey, hi Kudaias C. Moslau. We are actually heading towards the end of this chapter, and that's the end of the stream, but still, I still have a few things to show. So yeah, again, congratulations on being third. All right, so after beating all these werewolves, this opens up. So yeah, that's where we're supposed to fall down. In Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox 360, that would have you would have actually been stuck here, and you would actually have to find that there was a button hidden here in order to open up that thing. So yes, hi Kadias. All right, so I think we are about to reach an enemy that we can try the garland drop on. So yeah, like I said, after the Heavenly Justice, just use the knee, but instead of pressing X again while in the air, you press Y in the air. There. So that will do the garland drop. So let's see if this works out with the upcoming enemy here. Oh, that's a werewolf again. Oh, well, the Shadow Flare Fiend. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Oh, come on. Oh, no, that's... Okay. Failing it. There we go. There. Forbid them forth a chapter that closed, never to which none of which is late. Only for passing. Yeah, well, to be fair, you can also watch the VOD afterwards. You can also always find them on my YouTube and all that. But yeah, the garland drop, it's Ryu does a little spin in the air first before then doing a straight dive. So there. That's the garland drop. That Flare Fiend was cowering before the garland drop there. Oh, come on. Okay, you want to protect the Shadow Flare Fiend? Alright. So yeah, let's see if I can do another garland drop. There we go. Oh. A cool thing, though, is that the Heavenly Justice, for any of those that seek... yes. Thank you for the link there, Landpropaka. So yeah. Thing is, the cool thing about the Heavenly Justice is you can also do that after, essentially, the Flying Swallow of the Tonfa. So yeah, you can... similar to... Oh, yeah. Let's actually hit with... Okay, he likes to dodge it, so let's just... Oh, no. Yeah, so... If they don't dodge it, you can just do a Heavenly Justice right after the Flying Swallow, which is pretty cool. I think it's called something else instead of Flying Swallow here. Oblivion Blossom. All right. Well. Oh wait, no. Was it? No, I think that's the different aerial attack. Let's see. Stonebreaker. Oh, Stonebreaker. Thank you, Cento X6. Yeah, Stonebreaker. Where is it? While running, while jumping. Well, yeah, there it is. While jumping towards an enemy, Stonebreaker. There it is, Stonebreaker. So yeah, you can do a Heavenly Justice after a Stonebreaker. Actually, I think this might be a good place for us to test out a certain checkpoint system, really, because we are going to face off against Wolf, but after facing against Wolf, we are going to face off against a bunch of other enemies. I was unsure whether there is an actual checkpoint that appears after beating the boss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to beat the boss, then I am going to let myself get killed by what happens afterwards. Then we'll see whether I will start back against Wolf or if there was a proper checkpoint after the boss battle. So we'll see. Like, I don't mind fighting against Wolf twice anyway, so.
Observe closely this human. Do not be deceived by his delicate appearance. He is a proven warrior.
I love how they had to let it sink first before they suddenly start cheering.
Do you wish his blood spilled? Who do you wish to see destroy him? Yes, Wolf, invincible ruler of storms. He shall be given an honorable death.
Again, Wolf is quite a character, man. Alright, so, like I said, anytime when you face off against the boss for the first time, I would recommend not going on the offensive immediately. Try to observe what kind of moves he has first. So this scythe weapon he has, it's quite a weapon, isn't it? Just, try to get used to seeing all these moves, I guess. So, good to see these Beastie Boys are so enthusiastic, yep. Yeah. Yeah, so there is, I think a good way that I would describe how the combos work. It's almost like he's, it's almost like he's a rubber band or something. Like he winds up first, and then there's this elasticity to how his combos go. Like, let's see. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, like there's a rhythm to it, you know. It's almost like an elastic band. It's kind of how I like to see how his moves are. So just kind of keep that in mind in terms of the rhythm and all that. But yeah, after actually, I do want to show that getting too far away from him will make him do that move, which is like a shockwave thing with the... Or he will do that, where he will jump towards you or dash towards you. He has 3 attacks in order to kind of reach you, I guess. So be careful about that. But, okay, so the thing with fighting against Wolf is just try to identify his moves first. Because they always have like a recovery frame a few or some afterwards. Just know what the combos are. And when they end, that's when you use the trusty Ikuruga combo again. Oh. I say trusty, but Wolf actually is able to do the same thing that Genshin was able to do, which is kind of intercept your move a little bit. So if that does bounce off, just dash away and just look for another opening. Like that. That was an opening. Oh, yeah, there. That was an intercept there. Alright, and that's Wolf. Oh, that's a nice scythe he just dropped there. Alright. Unfortunately, I am going to undercut the badassness of this Eclipse Scythe, which, you know what, might as well just read. A giant scythe handed down by the Lycanthrope tribe of the Fiends. So, this gigantic scythe has long been a prized weapon amongst the Lycanthrope tribe of Fiends. This, inspired by the natural phenomenon of the solar eclipse, it was born from an ancient rite of sacrifice. When the king of an ancient Lycanthrope tribe was overthrown, his body was tossed into a vat of molten wood steel, also known as Damascus steel, from which the scythe was forged. After being hammered into shape, the blade was quenched by repeatedly plunging it into the flesh of living humans. It is said that it took a full 9 days for the scythe to cool completely. One would think that the characteristic Damascus steel patterning would be visible on the scythe's surface, but for whatever reason, no such texture is found. Funny thing is that the more you upgrade it, the more the Damascus steel pattern does become visible, in fact. Anyway, yeah, just to test things out, I am going to let all these werewolves kill Ryu, which will take a while because there's the hero mode that's going to activate pretty soon. Yeah, so we're gonna have to wait until the hero mode actually runs out first. But yeah, after dying, we will see whether there was a checkpoint after the boss, or if we actually have to fight the boss yet again. Oh, actually, I just realized. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna remove the Talisman Rebirth so that I don't get that whole thing while trying to die. Again, goes to show how generous this game really is in hero mode, isn't it? Ryu, you got your scarf up on your head there. Oh, alright. Question for the chat. What do you think would have been pitfalls for this game's quality? Alright, now we can finally actually die. Alright. Is this the first time we actually see the death animation in this game? Alright, anyway, last checkpoint. Let's see where we end up. Okay, so yeah, there is a checkpoint after beating the boss. There you go. Wolf would be so proud of that guy. Yeah, unfortunately, he's no longer here. Well, no longer here in the human world, you could say. But yeah, I guess, yeah, we have proven now there is a checkpoint after a boss battle. There you go. Alright, so let's actually show the badassness of the Eclipse Scythe, because remember the shockwave attack that Wolf did? Yep, we can use it too now. That's the ultimate technique of the Eclipse Scythe. This is why I said, get used to some of the moves of Wolf there, because you will use them as well. Pretty cool, isn't it? I guess Sonya decided to give us some backup here, even though I'm pretty sure Ryu could have handled all of these with the Eclipse Scythe there. Still, nice to have a way out. And just a practical use for the Eclipse Scythe. But yeah, with the Eclipse Scythe, we now officially have all the weapons. Sure, technically, we do get 2 more weapons, but those 2 more weapons are actually upgrades to existing weapons. So, technically, we have all the weapons. So, from now on, I would say that after upgrading the Eclipse Scythe to level 2, I'd say now you can go ahead and actually level up things, weapons to level 3. Again, unless you do think, yeah, I'm going to main this weapon, I'm just going to stick to this weapon. In that case, go ahead and level that up to level 3. That's my advice there. So, yeah. Well, might as well just give a little sneak peek to the next chapter of the next stream, which is Chapter 8, City of the Fallen Goddess. The tranquility restored by Ryu's efforts is shattered by the reappearance of the Archfiend of the Underworld. A beautiful demon hunter descends amidst the skyscraper, stalking the foul creatures that now infest the city. Fighting her way through the endless hordes, she attempts to restore peace and order once again. I wonder who this beautiful demon hunter could be. Curiouser and curiouser, you could say. Anyway, I think with that, let's just go back to just chatting here. So, let's see. I am going to see who I can raid right now. Let's see. Let's see if there's something that's actually kind of fitting. Okay, so here's my argument. So, Cataclysm is playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So, why Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time? Well, Tomono Hideaki actually said that Legend of Zelda was an inspiration for him for the dungeon designs of Ninja Gaiden So I would say it is kind of fitting to rate Cataclysm, who is playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Alright. So, with that in mind, I will end the stream as I usually do. So, remember, if you strive to be better than enemies, be better for your friends, and better than yourself. Take care, and see ya.